What message does the red rose have for you at this time? I'm recording this a few hours before the Aries full moon. We are at the end of a very powerful eclipse season. We have about a month to go before Pluto moves out of Capricorn for the last time and into Aquarius. So all of these factors contribute to huge change. And from watching a few astrologers talk about this Aries full moon, change is an important factor. So I have had a little tap on the shoulder from the red rose saying, I have a message. I'm not going to deny the red rose. So I'm going to bring through a message for you today from the red rose. I'll chat a little bit about the red rose energy and particularly the message that she wanted to share. And then we will go into a meditation. So my name's Jacquelyn Atkins. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And in fact, this is a new series that I'm beginning. So I know many of you subscribed to my channel when I was in Europe recently, and I was recording different meditations different videos from different sites that I was visiting. And it was like there was a whole series of them. And I must say that in the 7 or so weeks I've been back in Australia, I've been a little lost, like, oh, where do I go from there? You know, I want to talk about the rose line. I want to talk about my work with the rose, but it wasn't clear. And as a result, you may have noticed, it's been a few weeks since I have actually made a YouTube video. And then suddenly, a couple of days ago, it came to me. It's time to do a series of the Rose Garden. And in this series, I will tap into the frequency, the energy of different roses, different color roses, and bring through their message for you at this time. So I'm very excited to do this. This is the first video in this series. And it's interesting that the rose wanted to talk about change, because in actual fact, another reason that I haven't been creating videos for YouTube in the last few weeks is I've gone through some massive change. As well as coming back to Australia after 4 months in Europe, I made the decision to no longer have a base here in terms of no longer have a home. I was living with a friend and I made the choice to move everything out, sell everything, give everything away, give it to the op shops. And I've managed to get down to 8 plastic boxes and a couple of suitcases. And I've done this once before. I did this in early 2019 when I moved to Ireland to be with my partner. And it seems to be a pattern of mine. It must be to do with a cycle somewhere. I go through a shedding. And it always creates a little bit of upheaval within me as I do that. But I also know it's the only choice. Like I must do this. And so I have been experiencing this change. I have been following the rose petals, as I call it, shedding. And so I wasn't surprised when the red rose came to me this morning, because to be honest, I thought I was going to talk about the blue rose. And I sat to meditate and I did my anointing with my beautiful rose oil that I bought in Bulgaria this year, and sat to meditate with the energy of the rose line and the roses. And then the red rose sort of barged ahead and went, no, my turn today. I want to talk. So I was like, okay, you have the mic, here you go. So as I tuned into the red rose prior to coming on here, she shared that she can support us in this change at this time. It is huge change. And whether you are listening to this video as I release it today around the Aries full moon, or whether you're a month later and you're still coming out of all of the eclipse energy, but also at that time recognizing, as I said, that Pluto is leaving Capricorn and moving into Aquarius. So regardless of whether you're listening now or in a month's time or in a year's time, these profound changes are going to be affecting you significantly. Now, I'm not getting into the astrology because I'm not an astrologer, but I do like to watch lots of astrology channels. So what I'm sharing around astrology is just what I've picked up from other wonderful, wise people who have chosen astrology to be their thing in this lifetime. I reckon I've had a lifetime of that, but it's not this one. This one is roses. So the red rose. And the red rose is associated with love, with romance. I mean, that's pretty much, if you think red rose, that is what you think of. What's so interesting is that when she comes to me, when her essence comes to me at this time, in the frequency of the planet right now and the frequency that we're moving into with New Earth, is that she's not talking about romance and love as such. In fact, she's coming more to do with the base chakra, or the root chakra, you may refer to it as, which makes sense given the color, and red is the color of the base chakra. And when I explored this recently, I realized that a lot of the red rose stories, or the beliefs we hold around the red rose, the meaning of the red rose, comes from the fact that, yes, it has been promoted as the love, it's what you give someone when you're wooing them, you know, when you're in love with them, when you're falling in love with them. And yet, even though you could say that's a heart energy, in many ways it does also come from the base. Because when you are forming relationships, romantic relationships, a part of that is also the base chakra, searching for stability, for support, for family, maybe planning a family. So when I began to sort of ponder this a little bit, I thought I can see why the base chakra is involved with the red rose. And this is traditionally how it's been, certainly in our society. But the message the red rose has for us today is that she is evolving. She's evolving beyond that. And the evolution into the new earth frequency actually means that the red rose appears darker. So in many ways, the bright red rose can be, it's almost like quite a superficial energy in, you know, what you see is it. Like, but as you go, you think about when you go into crimson, into darker roses that start to bring the energy of the black into it. And the black, I often connect with the feet chakras. So, and the black energy and the dark goddess energy coming in to the red rose, making it a very dark crimson color. There's more depth to that. And when she showed me the difference between the red and these dark crimson, I saw that the red reflected light more. And so when you think about the base chakra and what the base chakra is all about, and about it being the things I said before, support, you know, structure is also a part of it, that need for safety, the family type relationships, the ancestral type relationships. When you think about that, it is relying very much on external things to support your base chakra. And what the rose showed me is that as this evolution happens into new earth, and particularly at this time, as Pluto winds up being in Capricorn, which is very much about the structure, and moves into Aquarius, which is much more about sovereignty and the structure being within you rather than an external structure. This is how the rose is changing in its frequency. And this is vital. It is vital for our base chakras to also be upgraded in this way, upgraded into this frequency, where our support and structure comes from within ourselves. So in this meditation that I'm going to take you through now, won't be a long meditation, maybe 10 minutes. The rose is going to be activating your base chakra to assist you in this transformation from being more dependent on support being outside of you to having that support now within you, to moving you into sovereignty, to prepare you for the new earth energy. And this is what the roses are here to do. And in this Rose Garden series, I will be sharing with you how they're here to do it. The rose frequency holds the frequency of the heart of the Divine Mother. And I also talk on this channel about the beings of the rose line, and they're beings who've incarnated on earth over millennia, who have brought those codes to Earth, ready for this transition. The codes of the Divine Mother energy, ready to support us in this transition to New Earth, where we will stay in physical form, but evolve into higher frequencies. And I know that the common frequency we're aiming for at the moment is 5D. This is the New Earth frequency. And I'm sure you'll agree, many of us are moving in and out of it. There are times when we move into that timeless space, when we feel fully connected, when we really are in our bliss. And I'm not saying that's what 5D is all about, but that just gives you an indication. For me, it's when I'm in my sacred sisterhood with the beautiful women in my life who are a part of my groups, when I'm on retreat. We're holding this consciousness, we're in this space. And sure, we're still dropping back out into those structures, into those 3D forms, but we're starting to spend more and more time in this New Earth frequency. And this is what the rose is here to assist us in this transition, assist us in, even though I talk about her and the divine feminine energy within her, actually the rose and the rose line beings hold the sacred union frequency, because the sacred union frequency, the harmony between the feminine and masculine within you, that is the New Earth consciousness. And that is the only way to be in New Earth consciousness, is when that is in harmony. And this is the gift of the rose. And you might find, as I've been noticing, a lot more people are talking about the rose line, the lineage of the rose, the sisterhood of the rose. A lot more are talking about the energy of the rose, talking about the Magdalene, who is a part of the rose line. And so this is out there. It's awakening in people. And so the roses have a very powerful message to share. And that's what I'll be offering in this series. So let's get into this. Now, actually, before we go into the meditation, I would love to hear from you. So perhaps in the comments, you could just let me know, what color rose would you love a message from? And I'll have a look at what's shared, and I'll tune in to the frequency and the energy as well. But it would be great to know what you love, and I'll tap in and bring that energy through in this series. I don't know how long the series will go for. I mean, how many colors are there? So we'll just see. But anyway, back to the present. Today, it's the red rose. So for this meditation, close your eyes and take your focus down to your feet chakras on the balls of your feet. This is where you connect in with the earth energy. So open those chakras wide. And as you do, feel the energy of Mother Earth coming up into your feet. Now, her frequency is the frequency of New Earth. She is coming up in the frequency of Gaia. So feel this frequency move into your body as you grow your roots down into her, connecting in to this New Earth frequency, to this higher vibration. And feel yourself anchored in this vibration. And then be aware there are beings around you, and these are the beings of the rose line. There are 44 that I work with, and they're all there. They all hold a different petal of the rose, as I explain it. They all hold a different frequency of the rose line. And then take your focus into your heart. Within your heart is a rose. See that as the red rose today. So see that red rose blossoming open. And this red rose is holding your essence, your frequency connected to this lineage. And as that red rose opens, it is as though it connects with all of those 44 beings around you. And each of those 44 are now holding a red rose, and they're in various shades of red. And the red rose in your heart is connecting to each of those beings, to each of their roses. So you have all 44 connecting in with the one in your heart. And then see that red rose in your heart drop down into your base chakra. It's fully blossoming in your base chakra. And to begin with, it's more that red color. And as you tune into it, you start to see strands of energy coming out of that red rose, coming out of your base chakra. And these strands of energy are going to the people and the situations who are supporting you on this 3D plane. Perhaps it's a partner, perhaps it's family, perhaps it's a child, perhaps it's your job or your business, perhaps it's your parents, perhaps it's a particular structure like a government structure. Just tune in. Where are you drawing your support from? You might be also aware that it could be the earth. But it's something that feels external to you, something or someone. So I'll just be quiet for a moment while you tune into where are those strands of energy coming out of your base chakra? Where are they going to? What are you relying on to support you as the foundation for your physical life right now? And in your heart, feel gratitude. Send gratitude to those people, to those places, because that support is assisting you in some way. However, as you send the gratitude, what I invite you to do is to also take those little threads of energy and say to the person or situation, thank you so much. Thank you for the support, for the stability you've given me. But I'm going to take this now and I'm going to pull it back into my rose. I'm going to take this back. And you might say, I still really want you in my life. I want to be walking this path with you. But I am no longer relying on you for support. I am my own support. And I honor that you are your own support. And we can journey together without this dependence on needing to support each other, on needing to be the stability for each other, on needing to be the safety for each other. So take those threads, placing them back into your rose. And as you place those threads back into your rose, the rose deepens in color. And as it deepens in color, it actually does deepen your connection to the earth herself. Because the earth herself is you. You are one and the same. You are of the earth. You are evolving with the earth. She is evolving with you. And so as that rose becomes darker, it strengthens that connection down through your feet chakras with her. Because yes, you are your own support. You are your own structure. But she, since she is part of you, is there holding you as well. She is guiding you. And then become aware that those people around you or situations, energetically, they are doing the same thing. And they are also anchoring more into the earth, into their own path, their own support, with the assistance of the earth. So I mentioned before about you may have a cord or a string of energy to the earth. But that's where you're thinking of her as outside of you. In this way, you are acknowledging that you are her, that she is you, that you are of her. And the power that she has and the strength that she has, the support that she has, is all you. And so notice that rose in your base chakra, how it's got darker, but it's also got stronger. And it's like its stem has grown down through your feet and it's anchored into the earth. It's got a root system in the earth. And feel the strength of that. And the thing with having this strength within you is that change can go on outside of you. Change through people and relationships. Change through situations and circumstances. Change in all of the structures over the planet, which are undergoing change and will be significantly in this time coming up. But you stay strong. You stay supported. You are in your strength. You are your own foundation. And no matter what goes on outside, within, you are strong. You are held by yourself and by your oneness with the earth. I'm going to speak some light language now. This is coming directly from the essence of the red rose, and it's activating your base chakra to hold this frequency of the meditation in there. Hintia kan lespoe seonte ki, heran ne puyan te soñate. Kuche, hamelo don dinste. Honele poi ki niati si do, kistonia, kia. All the support you require is within you. You are your strength. You are your security. You are sovereign. Anchor your power deep within this chakra. And it will support you to anchor your power within all the chakras above. And then you will blossom like the rose. So when you are ready, you can start to move your body. Return to your physical form. Rose blessings to you.